Welcome to the product maintenance video for the 150 series standard nozzle. You will need a ratchet with an 8mm socket, a 10mm wrench, a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a hammer. First, remove the rubber cover. Start from the rear of the nozzle and pull towards the front. Once the entire barrel is free, slide the cover down off the handle. To remove the trigger, you will need the ratchet and 8mm socket and the 10mm wrench. Use the wrench to hold the bushing in place while loosening the bolt with the ratchet. Once the bolt is mostly unthreaded, tap it to lift the bushing on the other side. Finish unthreading the bolt, and once it is removed, use a flathead screwdriver to pry out the bushing. To remove the barrel assembly, you must first remove the end adapter. Using a vise to hold the nozzle in place, remove the end adapter with a flathead screwdriver. If necessary, you can gently tap the screwdriver with a hammer to loosen it enough to turn by hand. Once the end adapter is removed, turn the nozzle over. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to push out the barrel assembly and thrust collar. Clean the nozzle and replace any parts as necessary. To reassemble the nozzle, insert the new barrel assembly. If necessary, use a flathead screwdriver and gently tap its base with a hammer to push it in further until the O-rings are no longer visible. Next, slide the trigger into place and use a hammer to gently tap the bushing through the trigger and nozzle. Use the ratchet and 8mm socket to thread the bolt back into the bushing. Next, insert the thrust collar. Place the end adapter back on and use a flathead screwdriver to put it in place. Apply downward force as necessary. Once the end adapter is back in place, use a flathead screwdriver and gently tap the edge of the thrust collar to make sure it doesn't interfere with the trigger mechanism. To reinstall the rubber cover, start by sliding in the handle. Next, feed the cover over the front of the nozzle and pull it back to reach the end of the nozzle.